Aaron Rodgers is considered to be one of the best quarterbacks of all time. With his record-shattering skills and multiple MVP titles, there's really no question about his talent. But his recent controversies really made fans question their love for him. Will Aaron Rodgers go down in history as the bad guy or a legend? Aaron Charles Rodgers was born in Chico, California on December 2, 1983. Rodgers was the second son of his parents, Ed and Darla Rodgers. He developed his love for football at a young age and was able to sit through and actually watch an entire NFL game at just the age of 2. The young Rodgers could recognize various football formations on the television screen by the age of 5, and at the same age, he could also throw the ball through a hanging tire. Destiny works in mysterious ways, doesn't it? He attended Pleasant Valley High School, where he started as quarterback for almost 2 years and accumulated 4,421 throwing yards. His 6 touchdowns and 440 all-purpose yards even set single-game records at the time. And with 2,466 total yards, Rodgers set a single-season school record in 2001. The spring of 2002 saw him graduate from high school with an A average and an SAT score of 1310. So not only was he excelling in sports, but he was a smart cookie too. College career. You'd think earning a football scholarship wouldn't have been easy for Rodgers, but things initially didn't turn out so great. Coming from a tiny town like Chico hindered his chances of getting into college. In 2002, he eventually enrolled in Butte College, which was a junior college in Oroville, California, after failing to obtain a Division I scholarship. Rodgers led Butte to a 10-1 record and the number 2 national rating in his first season there. Additionally, he was selected the conference's MVP. Finally, scouts at the University of California, Berkeley took notice of Rodgers' success with the program, and the next year, Rodgers enrolled there and joined the team. Rodgers oversaw an incredible offense during his 2 years at Berkeley, which helped him set numerous school records and earn a spot on the 2004 Heisman Trophy shortlist.
Stepping up is Rodgers, who throws way downfield, the end zone! He's got it, it's a touchdown! Abbas is in the end zone, it's a touchdown, the Bears!
Despite this, Rodgers, who skipped his senior year at Berkeley to enter the 2005 NFL Draft and was one of the best prospects in college football, saw his fortunes decline on draft night. He was seen as a top 10 or possibly top 5 pick, but the Green Bay Packers didn't select him until the 24th pick of the first round. This wouldn't be the only career setback Rodgers would have to face, so keep watching to find out his biggest controversy yet. If you want more football content, subscribe to the channel and give this video a huge thumbs up. Joining the Green Bay Packers' professional career. Coming to Green Bay meant that Rodgers would have to watch the team's starting quarterback from the distance of a seat. The quarterback in question? Well, it was Brett Favre, a legendary football player who, at the time, had started every game for the Packers since 1992. After Green Bay decided not to re-sign the then 38-year-old Favre, Rodgers finally had the opportunity to start as quarterback for the team in 2008. He remained the starter for all 16 games of the regular season, while tossing for 4,038 yards and 28 touchdowns. When Rodgers led the Packers to victory in Super Bowl 45 on February 6, 2011, he won the hearts of Green Bay supporters and established himself as one of the sport's best quarterbacks. He even won MVP honors on the big stage by completing 24 of 39 passes for 304 yards and 3 touchdowns. In the following seasons, Rodgers continued to rank among the best players in football. In December 2014, he made his 100th regular season start, and at that point in his career, he had amassed the most yards, touchdown passes, and passer ratings of any quarterback in NFL history.
Rodgers, with time, down the sideline, has his man, Jordy Nelson on his way!
He received his second NFL MVP vote at the end of the 2014 season. Later on, Rodgers maintained his stellar performance, leading the NFL in 2016 with 40 touchdown passes. He then suffered a fractured collarbone in Week 6 of 2017, which ended his season, and his return in the fourth quarter of the season wasn't enough to get Green Bay back into the playoffs.
What is wrong with Aaron Rodgers?
I mean, there are a lot of things that are going wrong in Green Bay, and the quarterback is simply not playing well.
Before the 2018 season began, the Packers felt secure enough to extend the 35-year-old quarterback's hefty deal. Rodgers answered with classic play, tossing an amazing 25 touchdown passes to only 2 interceptions. However, the Packers struggled and finished 6-9-1, which was their poorest record since his first season as their starter. Then in 2019, Rodgers put his best foot forward as the Packers won the NFC North with a 13-3 record, taking first place in their division. But 2019 ended up not being the greatest season, since they eventually lost to the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC Championship game. In 2020, Rodgers was chosen for the 2021 Pro Bowl. He led the Packers to 5 victories in December by passing for 15 touchdowns and just 1 interception. He was named the NFC Offensive Player of the Month for this stellar performance. Overall, Rodgers had 48 passing touchdowns, 4,299 passing yards, and 5 interceptions at the end of the regular season in 2020. Ultimately, he was the league leader in many statistical categories, including quarterback rating, touchdown passes, and completion percentage. And by the end of this season, Rodgers had won his 3rd MVP title. Now, 2021 was a year filled with controversies for this NFL star. With the pandemic being at its height, most people had strong opinions on either side of the coin. On November 3, 2021, Rodgers was added to the reserve list as a result of a positive COVID-19 test. When asked if he had received a COVID-19 immunization during the preseason, he responded, "Yeah, I'm immunized." But this was far from the truth. What had happened instead was that his own physician had treated him with homeopathy. After this, he broke numerous NFL COVID-19 rules for unvaccinated players while not protected, including attending parties with teammates without PPE and going unprotected at multiple post-game press conferences. Following an investigation, he was fined $14,650 for breaking the established protocols, and his team was also penalized $300,000. Netizens were not happy about this, and Rodgers faced a lot of criticism. Headline after headline talked about how he has set a horrible example for fans and his reputation plummeted. But despite all of this, the year was about to end in triumph when it came to football. He was named the NFC Offensive Player of the Month for his performance in December. Rodgers even won the AP NFL Most Valuable Player award following this season. Since Peyton Manning in 2008 and 2009, Rodgers is the only player to earn consecutive MVP awards, with this one being his 4th. Following rumors that Rodgers would retire or demand a trade to another team, he announced on March 8th that he would play for the Packers again in 2022. Reports stated that Aaron Rodgers and the Packers had reached an agreement on a 4-year, $200 million contract extension, which would have made him the highest-paid player in NFL history. However, Rodgers denied those rumors on Twitter, claiming that the figures on the proposed contract were incorrect and that he had not yet signed one. But he did say that he would be back to play for the Packers in his 18th NFL season. He formally signed his contract extension on March 16th. The ultimate terms of the agreement were a 3-year deal worth $150.8 million with a guaranteed $101.5 million. With this, he surpassed Damian Lillard of the NBA, who had a $49 million contract, to become the highest-paid player in North American sports history on an annual basis. With that, today's video comes to an end. Share your thoughts about Rodgers' vaccine controversy in the comments down below. Most people were pretty angry when the situation was unfolding. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons so we can bring more content like this to you. Thanks for watching.